Hey everybody, welcome to Ballers and Briefs for the Week 13 recap and Week 14 Thursday night shit show of a football game that we're going to get tomorrow night with this Pittsburgh Steelers versus New England Patriots game. Shout out to the fans that actually are going to sit through this game and want to root for one of these teams. So with that being said, just a couple recap things I can think of for Week 13. Chiefs are not that good. I just don't think they're that good. Patrick Mahomes can't carry that team anymore. I just feel like their problems are coming through. You guys got thoughts about that one? And other than,
It was
I'm
a
not
prime
gonna go
time
to
game,
sleep on
so
that team
yeah.
yet. There's a lot of players who play significant big time ball. I'm just not ready to make that step just yet there on that. I think it's more important that it's you kind of see that they're in the dregs a little bit of the season. You kind of trying to get through it a little bit. You kind of see the end of the tunnel, but it's not necessarily there yet. You're just trying to get through these last couple games. I just see them turning it on, man. There's just too much there, too much greatness there for it to
receivers
just
can't catch.
truly
Damn
fall
receivers can't
apart.
catch a cold. I mean, that's the biggest thing I've
Prime
seen. Is,
time game though, man. I told you, prime time games always play different. Always play different than what you expect. So
they
even
got
tomorrow, like tomorrow's
And
a good example, bro. It's supposed to be a total over under of 30 points. Gonna be a bore snooze fest. Now watch it be like a fucking shootout, like 21-28, just raining on each other touchdowns.
and
And
Mitch
people are gonna be
Trubisky
like,
and
"Where the
Benz.
fuck's this been?" Because
Yeah.
everybody's thinking defense, defense, kicker, running back, running back, and it might
Well,
be Deontay Johnson and Zappe, and who knows, man? It's
yeah,
wild.
yeah. So, other thought I think of was uh the 49ers put it on Philly. I was so at a loss for words when I
It's
was looking
funny.
up.
I bet on Philly, but I told everybody that messaged me the bet is 49ers. I was like, 99% of the public is on Philly because they're the underdog at home and they're supposed to be the better team by record. And San Francisco looked bad a couple games this year, and San Francisco just shit all over them. And before I
Fucking
well,
even say
Vegas,
anything, my boy texted me. He's like, "You called it," and I was like,
yeah,
"You could
Vegas
see the
called it.
state setup."
I think we were even kind of discussing that going into, and we were kind of like, well, why does Vegas have the numbers the way they do? It was kind of a little awkward because you're thinking, hey man, this is a 10-1 team on the other side at home. That doesn't make any sense, but it proved itself out. So
Yeah,
they're seeing it. I mean, so sometimes you got to trust what Vegas is showing, is telling you as well. Sometimes if you read it right.
well,
Because
Purdy.
I did not see that. I saw a game a lot closer. I saw a lot more points by Hurts. It's just I did not foresee that offense being just that effective against the front line of the Eagles defense, but also the secondary. I didn't think the secondary was as leaky with the Kevin Byers of the world in the backfield.
yeah. Samuel had a feast on them, which is
Yeah.
crazy because I did my single entry lineup. I had Samuel in it, and I had Rashad White in it. And before the games started, I did some changes to my lineup, and I ended up with um, Ramondre Stevenson, who got injured on like the third minute of the
Yeah.
game and went out. And I took Samuel out, and I somehow ended up with AJ Brown, who didn't do shit. So I literally shot myself in the head with changes on that lineup last minute, and I'm like, why did I do that?
And
Why?
you were heavy on Rashad White as well. We talked about that
Yeah,
as well
and
on
I
the call.
swapped
But you
him
were like,
out.
"Hey, I'm going White." He was like, "Of all the players on this game slate, I just like White." So I was like, "All right, well, that makes sense." And also about how you stack your lineup, and you look back at the money, you go, I gotta go back. Then you take a couple players out that you
Yeah,
really like,
I'm like
trying to
White's
get the
high
money to
owned. Let
work
me go with
better.
Stevenson. He's still a good
Yeah,
play. AJ
yeah.
Brown should pop off against the 49ers. I don't really know if it's going to be Samuel or Ayuk. Let
Yep.
me switch it
I,
out.
the,
I'm sitting there watching it like, dog, I couldn't have done
can't
anything
believe
worse than what I
Purdy.
did to myself.
I can't believe Purdy. You talking about betting? Like
Very dumb.
he's like plus 300 to win the MVP now after that game. So I'm like,
Saw that. Saw
are you
that.
fucking serious? I'm like, he's gonna win. You're gonna give Purdy the MVP, which I mean, I guess so. But let's see how it goes down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? Like we're down the
We know
stretch,
it
and
ain't
then
gonna be Trevor Lawrence.
yeah,
Called that one too there. I just
I
knew it,
just
I
man.
stayed
I
up
mean
late for
25
that too.
points,
I stayed
25
up
I stayed
late
up
points.
for
late.
that.
I had to go to work the next day, but I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and just push through. Sickened by the Trevor Lawrence injury, then just wanted to puke after that point. But I was like, let me just go ahead and watch the rest of
I
this
went
game,
in.
see how it plays out.
Have you followed his injury? Because I haven't followed his
I have
injury.
been.
So
I
right
have been.
now they have him as a high ankle sprain.
Shit.
What's that gonna be? Some weeks
It's
out.
just questionable for week 14 though, or whatever. So, but they may just be holding their cards to the cup a little bit. Keep note too, also that CJ Beathard, if someone's trying to pick up backup quarterbacks or whatever, he's also hurt. His shoulder's hurt. So be wary of
Oh,
that if you even want to try that route. I don't know, but they're saying high ankle sprain week to
like
week.
I
they're gonna have
it's
ETN throwing
To
the ball.
me, I just don't see after that injury you played this week. I see probably you try to turn it up for Baltimore,
I'll
but
say at least
against
a
this,
couple weeks, man.
yeah. I
but
think
a
he's.
high
They're
ankle
gonna give
sprain
him that.
traditionally is like 4 weeks, man.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I don't know.
it's crazy. That I was thinking about that, and I was like, I was following the game, and I was watching it because I was at that party, and I was watching. Like I turned it on at the end of the game, and I was like, I told you, I went into that game down 61 points in the 12-man league.
Yeah.
61 points. It feels like he's only gonna get you 15 points. I was like, no, he's
I
gonna
think
get
it's
me to. He's gonna
16 to
pull.
18 or some
Yeah,
shit
and
like
he get
that.
me 25, and then Jamar Chase with
I got you
Jake Browning
25 on a fluke, bro. My man fumbled the ball and they gave him
25,
that
25
man
points, and
fumbled.
Jamar Chase with 32, Evan Ingram with like 17, and ETN with like 20 something. And I was like, I'm good. I railed it off to 9 straight wins now in the 12-man league. So
In the
I was riding
reverse,
high.
actually, I was leading by I think 30 some odd points, 40 some odd points in my week 12. The guy I was going against Zeke, he had, I believe, Jamar Chase on the
Mhm.
other side. So I'm sweating a little bit for my fantasy league because I'm like, they're just gonna keep throwing Jamar Chase the ball. This man is just basically unguardable. I forgot for a little bit that he was a true number one, and I realized again that is a true number one. He's unguardable. You just can't guard him. You just
Yeah,
gotta
he's
hope that the
good.
clock runs out.
He
But
made Jake Browning look like a fucking stud, dude.
the clock
I
did
told
run
y'all
out,
before the game
thankfully.
started in text message, don't sleep on Browning, bro. He don't look bad out there, and that he was going to do better than Lawrence. And my man came up with the Vic. Trying to tell you,
Yeah.
Lawrence is not
I had to
good.
survive. I had to survive that matchup, but I did. I
Well,
got the two dubs in both the matchups. In the playoffs in both sets. So I'm just need a couple
yeah,
more wins and see
we
what happens.
clinched. You and I for sure clinched in the 10-man league, and then I
That
clinched in the
feels good.
12-man, and
That
then
feels good. And the 10 man feels
I
good.
think you got the 12-man. You're gonna be the bottom seed, so you're gonna we might catch one another in the first round, or I'll get a
That'll be a
maybe I get a
first.
bye.
That'll be a first if we did.
Yeah,
If we did
yeah,
play because we never
yeah.
played in the playoffs before.
But another
But
one that I was thinking real quick before you called, Nico Collins.
yeah, the Kill Athletic start of the week. I tried to help the people. I gave them a chip.
I put him in my
Sometimes
cash lineup.
sometimes you just get this feeling and the numbers look great, and when you said the way the injury set up, it just set up perfectly. It
And
really did. It was a perfect shot. So
the Tank
happy
broke
to
his
give
leg.
people one.
So Tank broke his
Now,
leg, so he's
now it's gonna
done.
be a
So
Nico and Noah
But
Brown
what
show.
about Brown though? Is
He's
Brown
back,
coming back?
and he
yeah,
should be
He's
he's
back
back.
back.
fully already? Or
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
he played the other day on Sunday, but we didn't ever get him the ball, and it was kind of like a little off after that point. But it was just like Nico Collins, Nico Collins, Nico Collins. So this is gonna be Nico Collins, Robert Woods, and Noah Brown feeding. It's just CJ gonna feed him. You know, CJ is the top has the most yards of any quarterbacks in the quarterback in the league. He's on pace
He
for
should
almost
be the MVP.
4,000 yards.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
like
popping, dude. He should be
he's
the
gonna
Shout out
if he does.
also to Oh, I was gonna say shout out also to Tyreek Hill. He's basically saved me in my 12 man. So thank you, Tyreek Hill. I don't know if you listen to the show, but thank you. You
Yeah.
carried this
Two
He's the
league.
type to watch
Thank
this
you.
show, dude. I'm trying to. Yeah, he
two
be showing
thousand
up at
He
yards.
just
local.
needs
He shows up and
512
plays
yards.
flag football at local like meetup groups. Like, dude does not care. He's the type to tune in.
Yeah,
Dog,
2,000. He's on pace for
512
2,000.
yards. He needs to get to 2,000. And I mean, I've needed every single one of those yards to win the games that I've won so far in my league. He's carrying
I,
me.
I had him in every single lineup I did, and I was hyped immediately. Like, I just knew he was gonna stunt on the Redskins, dude. I just knew it. But Tua didn't get me there, man. I had Tua paired with him in my single entry when I screwed up by moving people around last
I
minute.
worried about the run game. That was the only
I
part that I
think
worried
Mostert
about
and
with
A
Tua.
Chain got one, man.
I
Like I was
think
like,
so.
come on,
That's
dude.
the only thing. That was the
And
only
I just feel
thing.
like it's going to be that they're banking on lots of points going forward between those two, and they're going to be projected 15, 15 to 17 points probably going forward, just between the two of them going for the
One
rest of the season.
one of those
Oh
backfields I
yeah.
don't like to touch now, man. Where like both running backs are part of the show.
The thing about it is you have to, if you're in season long at this point, they're fantasy
Oh
gold
yeah,
right now.
You
Anybody
got
that
to.
plays in the teal and the white, you got to start them. Like that's just somebody you have to put in.
yeah.
Those are must starts.
I mean,
Must
they,
start.
you just taking it and hoping to God that they just keep scoring, and that McDaniel does not take his foot off the gas, and I feel like he's got to the point where I'm not going to take my foot off the gas. I want to show that I am. I'm one of those coaches that everybody fucked up. They didn't hire, So
I think
um,
too, you just got to be smart in the NFL, man. These teams come back. You can't take your foot off the gas pedal. I think if you learn anything, is that they can put up 21, 28,
yeah,
35 points quickly. So you got to.
yeah. So that's it's crazy. Well, a lot of people coming back off by this week, so we'll a lot of the Ravens,
Lamar,
the
Lamar
Bills,
Jackson.
so get those kind of things coming back off the bye. Um, but with that being said, y'all talked about Ramondre's injury. That can kind of take us in just straight into tomorrow's game against Pittsburgh, which, like we just said, should be just a defensive shit show, right? Like that's what it should be.
Should be.
I'm running out New England's defense. I needed them. I'm in the streamer mode on defense at this point. So um and
Just watch it play different though because it's prime time. Just
and so
could
is no
not
Kenny
put it
And
no
past.
Kenny Pickett.
I just watched Jake Browning put up, I don't know, what was it, 350 and three?
Yeah, in a prime
At
time,
this
dude.
point, at this point, Vegas might script it up a little bit differently to go ahead and rack the cash up, man. If you're thinking defense, I would say go. I mean, go to against the grain here. Why not? You know,
Yeah, Mitch
watch out for.
Trubisky's been in the league. It's not like he's some rookie.
He was
He
So
picked.
might he
He was
might have.
picked over. He was picked over Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes in the draft. By the way,
They fucked up on the Mahomes
the
one. That's
Bears,
for sure.
the Bears picked Mitch Trubisky over Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson in the same draft in the same. Like he was the first quarterback off the board. By the way, so
I
shout
don't
out to
think
Mitch
yeah,
Bailey
Trubisky for
fired.
Zappi.
fleecing.
I believe
I
they
don't
got
think
him
Bailey
fired.
Zappi's got it in him. If I'm running out some max entries tomorrow, it's gonna be like maybe he's in like 2% of my lineups, man. Like
See, I
two
like
lineups.
Mitch a little bit more here.
Yeah, I like Mitch here. I like the Steelers more here. I like Deontay Johnson here.
I just think though the Steelers have better wide receiver weapons, right? Like that's just a God given.
Yeah,
They
That's a God
do.
given. So
Calvin
there's no.
Austin, Allen. Calvin Austin was in the optimal earlier this season in one of their primetime games. Dude came out with like a touchdown or two and was in the optimal.
Yeah,
But
I
they
mean,
got Allen
I think
Robinson,
I
Pickens.
think this is yeah Pickens. I mean George is up there, and I think George kind of plays. As you think about it, like I could feel George going out there pissed off as a pissed off Georgia Bulldog, like kind of playing like, all right, well I got to show out. My Bulldogs lost to Bama, so and there's usually lots of Bama players on New England's team, so Because Bill's boys with Saban. So
I
um,
always say it, man. NFL is entertainment. It's not a sport. And if it's
I like
entertainment,
G.
nobody wants to watch a dead game, bro. This might
Yeah,
be a lot of scoring.
I like. But we have seen on Thursday night football like the punt show. Like remember, I think it was last year we saw
But it was
15
predicted to be a
punts,
high score game in
and
those.
it was
So it always plays the
15
opposite.
punts, 15
This one
damn
should be
punts.
15 touchdowns, man. And everybody's like, what the fuck's happening? Just Jalen Warren running on
I
them,
like
man.
Jalen. I
I
like
was gonna
Jalen Warren
say
tomorrow.
Warren. I was gonna say that as well. I
He's probably
believe
a good
also
captain.
the last time I saw Mitch playing was against I believe the Jaguars when Pickett went down, and I remember that his he was checking down to Warren multiple times. I believe that was the game. Yeah, he had 5 catches or yeah 5 catches for over 20 yards, 25 yards. So watch out for that type of play tomorrow. Plus, see if they maybe get down. Mitch Trubisky likes to check it down to his running backs. Also, maybe a Najee Harris on a screen pass of some sort. So watch that. That could be heavy screen type of game
See, like
from the running
Fryermuth
back.
as well. Does he hit the tight end?
He did when he was in
I
Chicago for
Who,
sure.
who was quarterback when Fryermuth was in the optimal last week?
That was
Uh,
Pickett
Pickett was
when he
before he.
went 5 or like 8 for 120.
I mean, if Trubisky
Or
likes to check down to his running back, he might like his tight end too. But that also makes me like Hunter Henry because we've seen so this year earlier on, Hunter Henry was the star of New
yeah.
England. So maybe they get it going for him again as well.
Any love for Zeke tomorrow?
Yeah, that too, man. He should have the backfield to
I
himself.
He
He's
mean,
will.
sharing with Ty
Lion.
yeah,
Montgomery,
Yeah.
right?
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I don't know
It'll
who else they're
be.
gonna give the ball to.
It'll be have to be the Zeke show tomorrow. I feel like O'Brien is probably going to try to scheme him up a little bit. Billy Bob, he'll try to keep so he can keep his job, but I don't know. This could be end up blowing up on New England, but I think that you know without Ramondre Stevenson, who has been their offense since Kendrick Bourne went out, I think you got. I feel like you're gonna have Gesicki, Hunter Henry, and fucking Zeke, and that's really gonna be it, right? I mean, because it's Pop. I don't have since I'm on my phone. I don't have the injury report. I don't know if Pop Douglas
Devon,
still
Demario Douglas is out, but Devontae Parker and Juju are questionable.
okay.
Yeah,
So if they're not in, man, the next one's Tyquan Thornton,
Yeah, I mean
Jalen Rager.
yeah. That's
Taekwon
gonna say
Thornton
Jalen
is.
Rager maybe.
See, an
I
ex
would still,
right?
yeah, ex Eagle, ex Viking.
Yeah, I mean,
He was a first round draft pick.
Yeah, he was in
that
a
that
draft.
Patriots side doesn't look exciting. I'm gonna go ahead and give you that. I think most of my exposure is gonna be on the Pittsburgh side. Maybe New England's kicker and Hunter Henry.
Bailey, and his name Bailey Jake. Isn't it Jake Bailey? I think.
Uh, their kicker is Chad
Boswell for
Ryland.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, Chad Ryland. Oh, yeah, I remember.
A- And he, the only reason why I say that is because if they do get down in the red zone, I don't know if they'll be able to score, and they might be forced to kick field goals. I'll have to do that.
Don't be
But
afraid to get different with a kicker here. I mean,
kicker
a kicker and
captain,
a yeah, a defensive captain. This one of those games. It feels like it's eerie feeling
tight
like
end,
maybe a defense.
something
Get a little
unexpected.
different with those captain picks tomorrow. I would say, a suggestion if you're starting them. Also, if you kind of need a running back this week, again, go Warren. Maybe even go Zeke. Zeke may be even out there in some leagues.
I'll
So
run
that's
them
somebody
both to
to
be
pick
honest in
up.
the same lineup.
Um, so
I
don't be
was thinking.
afraid to
I
take
was
it
thinking
again.
about
Just the
this. Like
volume.
you, if you're doing over 20 max, if you're putting in 150, you absolutely, positively have to put Mac Jones in there. Just for the simple fact of the matter is,
They rotate
I'm
them.
yes. I mean, at this point, like, what the fuck do they have to lose?
I
Nothing.
mean, I could tell you some injury report. The linebacker for the Steelers, Cole Holcomb's out. The defensive back, Corey Trice Jr. is out. Elijah Riley's out. Keanu Neal, the safety, is out.
Shit, that's him and for you said for the
So this is
Steelers.
this is what I'm telling you. Like opens up a scoring game, dude. All these injuries.
Well, no
Uh,
Neal
Right.
and no Fitzpatrick. That I mean,
Quan
Minka's
Alexander's out. He's another
that's it.
linebacker for
That's
them.
another. He's another middle. Yeah,
Ronell
K1
Wynn
is
is out.
Hmm.
Tackle. And then
That's
I'll
when
tell
those
you,
regular, maybe the bottom tier, quarterbacks have a more friendlier day as far as for your numbers because you're not going up against elite defenders in the secondary.
yeah,
correct.
So there's more chances for people to get loose.
yeah.
I'll give you the Patriots. You got Calvin Anderson, O line out. Christian Gonzalez out.
Fuck. That's straight fucking Kenny Pickett. I mean, Mitch Trubisky is fixing to find that backup and eat his damn lunch because Christian Gonzalez is a rookie out of Oregon, and that kid has been fucking solid.
He's
Who is he?
been,
And
yeah,
Who would he be covering? Would he be
he
covering
would
DeAndre?
be
he would be the number one, I
he
think.
would be the
Maybe
number
covering
one.
Or
So
yeah, he
like
would
he
be
would be
DJ.
covering number one.
the if
DJ might
DJ's
eat.
if DJ because
He
I feel
could be
like
for
Gonzalez because I know like because I feel like that
DJ's
what is
due.
Bill. Yeah, I mean, he had that one game a couple weeks ago that was
Dude,
really good.
he's
Um,
due, man.
I could see that. I could see both of the wide receivers here for Pittsburgh. I mean, Mitch Trubisky's not gonna. He's a gunning quarterback, but he's not got the arm to put it super far downfield. But he's got the
He's
check down
expected to
game.
miss the rest of the season. Man.
Who Gonzalez?
Yeah, he suffered a torn labrum.
Oh
He's
shit!
on
Yeah,
the
he's
injured
done.
reserve list.
Yeah, that's
Um,
he's done.
Daniel Ekuali is out. Devontae Parker's questionable with a knee injury. That's reason to get off of Devontae Parker right there.
Yeah,
You don't want them
that's
knee injuries.
enough. That's
Demario
enough.
Douglas is out with a concussion. Isaiah Bolden is out. Is that Brandon Bolden's brother? They got a brother in there?
No, I think they're. I don't think they're related.
Keishawn Butte out. Kendrick
That's another
Bourne
corner.
out.
Yeah,
Marcus Jones out. Matthew Judon out.
yeah. I mean, this is
Saquon McMillan out. Ramondre Stevenson out. Riley Reef out. Sean Wade out. Trey Nixon out. Tyron Wheatley out. They got a lot of people out.
Play.
They're
nobody want to play ball.
nah. Nobody want to play ball when you're losing. They have
nobody wants to play. Nobody wants the Patriot way, dude. That's the thing. Like you know, it's funny. Like I've been how long we've been around. Been around football forever, and like for years, you'd see nothing but fucking Patriots fans shit everywhere. Like you couldn't go anywhere without seeing it. But now Tom's not there. They suck ass, and you do not see Patriots fucking shit
Same
out
with
nowhere.
the Buccaneers. You could see all the bandwagons when Brady went there, dude, and then they're gone. Same with the Denver Broncos when Peyton Manning went there. All these Bronco fans sprawling out of nowhere,
crazy,
and now
man.
they're stuck. And now that see no more jerseys flying around, nothing.
Yeah,
it happens, man. There's a lot of fair weather fans. The Patriots right now, nobody wants to play, nobody wants to watch them. Could be another reason why tomorrow is an entertaining
It may get ugly
day.
for a long time in the Patriots, but when you have such a dynasty, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, you
but
can't
you know what?
complain as a Patriots fan, man. You got a lot of
six
Super
Super Bowls,
bro.
six Super Bowls.
Come on.
If any fan base has any room to be like the Dallas Cowboys fan base, it's the fucking Patriots fan base. Like they literally do. They can be dickheads.
Another team too, right? Giants, the Giants too.
Well, because they haven't been shit since. They haven't been shit since
for a while.
The Steelers are the only other team that had them and the Patriots have the most, 6 apiece.
Steelers.
So there you go. This is a dynasty game. Like these are the high, but it's like they suck.
Right?
But the team sucks. But what I mean, the Steelers are actually in the play. They're in the playoff picture right now, so they're like a wild card team. So
if only you could jump in time, maybe go back 10 years. That'd be what Ben. versus Tom Brady tonight,
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
would be
yeah,
hyped. You know, we'll be
yeah.
talking about who's gonna throw for more touchdowns. But unfortunately, it's Mitch Trubisky and Bailey Zappi. So you just see the cyclical nature of
First
NFL.
round draft pick and an undrafted free agent. So yes,
Pittsburgh is also favored by 6 in this one.
6.
it's in Foxborough.
Um,
Favored by 6 in this one. So I think I just don't see. I like to say that it's going to be a shootout because of entertainment purposes, but I just don't see how the Patriots shoot out more than the Steelers. And for that reason, I'm going to go with the Steelers.
I think the Steelers win going away. Um, I think that they need to win to stay above water in the playoff hunt.
where's this at
Because
again?
it's in
At
Foxborough,
it's at
I believe.
Foxborough.
Yeah.
Where's it
It
at
is
Pitt?
in, yeah, Pittsburgh.
Oh, it's in
In Pitt?
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
It's in
Oh, for
Pittsburgh.
sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was in. I thought it was
Sure. I
in
want to
New
go. I
England.
want to go Steelers here.
It's in
If it was
Pittsburgh.
at New England, I felt maybe, but I
Well,
think
I
at
was wrong in the
at
thing.
Pittsburgh.
I thought it was in. I put it in the
I'll double
description. I thought it
I'll
was in.
It
double
was
check.
at,
I'm pretty sure it's at
yeah. Yeah, it
Pittsburgh.
says at Pitt here.
No, I was wrong. That was my fault.
Yeah.
Sorry, in the description that was. I put that it was in Foxborough.
Correct.
No
Oops.
For the script.
worries. Let's see. Weather 34 degrees. It's gonna be cold, but both of them are used to that, so no shocking. You know.
Revelations there. No.
Yeah.
Nobody
Nothing.
came to work for the New England Patriots though, so who knows who's getting off that plane tomorrow? Who's the starting 11?
Patriots are also
Everyone
2
calling
and
out.
10, man. I would be surprised if they weren't like just trying shit, right? Let's try some people. Let's
Malik
try this
Cunningham.
play.
They
Let's
have a
go
Is
quarterback.
this
for
the
it.
game?
They have a quarterback that they need to
Malik
be.
Cunningham. Is this the
Malik.
game?
Malik. He needs to be. Like, why not? What do you
Why
have to
not?
lose at this point?
See, it might.
Just
That's
let
what
him
it
run
might be
around.
tomorrow. Like that might be a sneak play to play
If
tomorrow. Run
I
that dude in one of your
if
lineups
he
if you're
is
running 150.
if he is active, I would play him in 150 lineups. Like because not saying don't
Go
put him in
ahead.
150, but if he's there, make him
He's active, man. He's
because
active.
he is one of those dudes that he's a quarterback, but he plays wide receiver. So he could theoretically, he's not as big, but that dude could theoretically play somewhat similar role to Taysom Hill if
Taysom
they
Hill,
just let him. If they
my
just let
man, the
him do
athlete.
it.
You're right.
I
You're
mean,
right.
the athlete.
I mean, he's essentially Lamar Jackson, like half Lamar Jackson. Like he went to Louisville, he played a lot like Lamar Jackson. He played in Lamar Jackson's system. He has like the second most yards ever at Louisville behind Lamar Jackson. So it's like, yeah, dude could. I just don't think Bill wants that, right? Like Bill doesn't want that type of quarterback as his quarterback, and he'll never want that. He wants a guy. But I heard this thing the other day, like Bill Belichick, you are. I think it was Warren Sapp said this. Bill Belichick, you are Bill Belichick because of Lawrence Taylor and Tom Brady. That's why you are Bill Belichick. So, and then think about it. Think about that, right? He's never every team he won the Super Bowls with. He won 2 with the Giants as a defensive coordinator with Lawrence Taylor, and he won 6 with the Patriots. He had 2
I'm gonna give him
goats.
more credit than that, though, man.
He had 2
I
goats.
think
I
he's
mean,
up
he's a
there with
great
one of the
coach.
top
He's a
head
great
coaches in the NFL. Up there with Andy Reid, my man
I would
Sean
like to see
Payton.
him have a legit quarterback again, and then get the real determination. I mean, I know it looked like Mac Jones might be the heir apparent, but I think that maybe that more traditional pocket style quarterback just doesn't work because you become a sitting target.
Yeah.
Whereas if you could scramble and move a little bit, it's a lot difficult for the defenses to get to you. So I think he
Yeah.
needs one more quarterback, man, or just I would like to see him go to the Chargers. Just go link up with Herbert and see what happens.
If he went to the Chargers and turn that man into a Super Bowl champ, bro, it'd have to be Belichick.
He needs to take a good offensive coordinator with him. You can't take fucking Josh McDaniels. No.
I agree.
That shit was not gonna work. Do not take Josh
I
McDaniels with
agree.
you. Do not take Bill O'Brien with you. You need to take somebody
You're
that
right.
that knows how to use that type of quarterback. I thought
I'm
Bill
calling
O'Brien
up a
used.
Kyle Shanahan disciple. I don't care which one. Give me any one of them. I don't care. Just pick one of them. The
Yeah,
running
because
backs
but
coach,
I don't feel like they're
somebody
going to
there got the juice and can help you do what you need to do.
him or call somebody like that or call a Sean Payton, somebody that's a Sean Payton disciple who is a disciple of Bill Parcells, right? He's a Bill Parcells disciple who Bill Belichick is actually a disciple out from under Bill Parcells because that's who was his coach at New York, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing something like that. So you're fucking 2-10. Try something different. Let's do something. Let's get different, right? Like as we say, get different. Play
Get
somebody you ain't
different,
ever
Bill.
played before. So take
And
Ballers and Briefs
keep
advice
keep in mind
Get
too that
different, Bill.
it's a much better defense than Steelers on paper,
Yeah,
statistically.
Yeah,
Uh,
like I said, I'm
yeah.
running them out.
Good call, Phil.
so
You're
I'm
right.
yeah,
running them
you
out in
may
the
want to
12-man league
keep that in mind. Even if you're sports betting and that 6 points
Hmm.
is reigning there, I think it's 6 points only because New England doesn't have an offense. I don't think it's 6 points because they expect the Steelers to do something crazy against New England because New England has a good defense. I just think that they're thinking that New England can't score.
Yeah.
And that might be true considering their injuries and what they got going against them. That's why I'm favoring Pittsburgh with my lineups tomorrow. But I would say having a healthy chunk of New England as a bring back against Steelers players is one being different and two winning lineup
Yeah.
numerous
Don't be
times
afraid.
on
Be
Showdown.
afraid. Do not be
Yeah.
afraid to run that
Yeah.
damn defense out there with Steelers players tomorrow
Yeah, you could
because
have a
Mitch
Deontay
Trubisky
Johnson captain with Patriots in the flex and win the millie, and
Yep.
people are gonna be like, "Why
because
would you do that?" Because it wins.
Yep.
Mitch Trubisky is tempted to throw a fucking pick. I've seen it before. We've seen it before. He is tempted to throw a pick because he just
If he throws
he's
one pick
What is
six,
that?
reckless.
if he throws one pick six, New England's defense is 100% going to be in the optimal. Regardless if he threw seven more touchdowns after that, 100% being optimal.
Or a
And I've seen
safety
it
or something
happen.
like that. Yeah.
There was a Browns game. It was like
Yep.
Browns versus Steelers or Browns versus somebody in their division, maybe Cincinnati, and the total score was like 80 points scored on both sides, like 40-40, and Browns defense was in the optimal. And
Yeah.
won.
It was when they played the
That's like,
Steelers, I think.
yeah,
Right?
I think it was Steelers. They had like two pick sixes or something crazy in the game, but Steelers still scored a shit ton of points. So it made sense that they had to be in the optimal because they had like 15 points as a defense.
Yeah.
And that could happen
Yeah.
here. He could throw a touchdown to DJ. Jalen Warren could have a couple, and then New England have a pick six or a fumble for six or a couple sacks and a couple fumbles and be in the optimal with them. I swear
Let's
that lady
go.
in the background that said Jake Paul. All right,
55,
man.
55 people
All
on
right.
the flight.
We can end it. Get your flight. Have a safe flight.
Yeah.
Everybody, good luck with your lineups tomorrow and your season-long
Yes.
fantasy. As usual, follow us on the Facebook and ask your questions.
Yeah, we will some new developments I was thinking about. I'm actually going to create instead of the private page that we have, I'm going to create a actual business page for Ballers and Briefs. So it's actually so when I do put out Facebook stuff, it's actually coming from Ballers and Briefs instead of me. So that way it's public and it goes to everybody across Facebook instead of just our friends and people that are subscribed to the page. So it'll be that way anybody puts in hashtag fantasy football, it can broadcast. So we try to get the following up. So that's
Sounds good.
and anybody else has thoughts, just let us know.
Yep. Put them in the Facebook. We got you.
All
Good
right,
luck.
y'all. Peace.
Peace.